Right, so we are ready for our first development piece. This is not a real prototype yet, but let me explain what we have here. So we have the Arduino board, and it's connected here, those all of them, to the display. And then we have here power with the wires I had here. Red is power, yellow is ground. And we need this to power up the display. We also need to power up the LED in the display, the background light. The last two here need power and a resistor so that the LED that powers the light here doesn't burn out. That all connected to 5 volt. And then I have two temperature sensors, one here, one there. And that thing is connected to the input pins A0 and A1. That's where we measure the voltage on those temperature sensors. And we turn this on here. There. Okay, this is like a little... My board here could be better. Let's put this over here to the left. There's all my stuff going. My wires. I'm sorry, this is how do I do this best? Like this, you can see it, right? Okay, so what we have here is I calculate in my software and display the voltage on the left sensor and the voltage on the right sensor. They may have different voltages. And out of the voltage, we calculate the temperature in Celsius. So in the sensor spec sheet, we can look up how much voltage this thing does per degree Celsius. This is an LM335, if I'm not mistaken. And you just have the voltage times 10, and then you have the temperature in Celsius. Very easy to calculate. Now, if I touch one of them here and hold my hand on there, the temperature will rise. Right? And if I touch the other one, it rises there. Depending on how hot my finger is here. But, so this board I made to figure out how to calculate the temperature. Okay, we don't need to be really accurate for this thing. We just need to have it measure. You see here a potentiometer. That is just to do the contrast here on the LCD display. Here, there. Okay, so this is just to set the contrast here. We later can replace this with a smaller one. I guess we have to set this once. There, here, there. That's good, right? Alright, and then let me push this over to the left. And then I can talk here on the right about the code and how to program this so far. Okay, so let's go through the code of this thing. First of all, here, where is it? There I include the header for the liquid crystal so that the program knows how to use the liquid crystal display LCD, right? Then I initialize the library with the numbers of the interface pins, right? So that this thing knows on what pins this thing is connected, the LCD display. Then here I enter the dimensions of my display. So I have 16 columns and 2 rows in there. And then here, this here is our main loop. Let's go to the details. First, I read the sensor data on A0 and A1. Then I calculate the voltage on those sensors. Don't ask me why the calculation is done like this. It is not completely clear to me. Then I calculate the temperature in degrees Celsius. Temp 1, temp 2 for the both sensors. And then I write the stuff in the display. So I go in column 1, line 0, and I write my voltage. Then I write a little volt, as you can see here on the left, how that looks like. I set the cursor to column 9, my second voltage in there. Then I write temperature 1 Celsius behind it, temperature 2 Celsius behind it. Then I wait 1 second and then we read again. So every second I read. We can do this later, much later. We don't need to read it every second. We can delay this a long time. And so that's this program so far, and from there we go to the next.